do to start. Let's begin with the roll call.
Councilman Daley.
I'm here.
Councilman Leonard. Here. Councilman Popescu.
Here.
Mayor Pretembary Duper.
Present.
Mayor Rigsby.
Aki.
All present.
Thank you very much. We will start with the invocation, Pledge of Allegiance. Councilman Leonard, please stand. Mr. Assistant City Manager, are there any items to be added or deleted?
No additions or deletions.
Okay, this is the time for 3 minutes of fame for citizens who'd like to speak on any non-agendized items. Come forward, come one, come all. No takers. Okay. Consent calendar is the first item on the agenda.
Questions on item. Short questions on items 3 and 7.
3 and 7. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, then we'll go to item number 3. What is your question?
I'm just noting that we actually had structural fires as well as vegetation fire, and if I'm not mistaken, it looks like we've had more activity recently that I wasn't aware of. I'm just curious, 4 structure fires, isn't that significant in 1 month?
It is, yeah, absolutely.
And are those in Colton or Loma Linda?
Anything that would hit this report would be Loma Linda.
Loma Linda only.
Yeah, on your flash reports, the BC just sends them out to everybody, but this report would be City of Loma Linda only.
And so just out of my own curiosity and anybody else that might be interested, what kind of structures burned down?
So this wouldn't necessarily mean an entire structure burned down.
Yeah, no, I understand.
That would be a bad thing.
I have a flair for the drama.
From, a room and contents to a kitchen to those kind of incidents. So I don't think any of them were full structural losses. I think they were all good stops to either a room and contents or a couple rooms. So.
Oh, okay. And vegetarian fires, did we have some hills go up in smoke?
Vegetarian?
Vegetation?
Okay.
So
There are
far,
a few vegetarians that I...
And that most of the vegetarian fires are popcorn, right?
yeah. Within the city, everything's been fairly small to this point. Some lots, some beside the road, some very, very small. The closest, I think the largest incident was Highland a weekend ago. And then the Big Bear this last couple days. So, there hasn't been a large vegetation fire.
We haven't had anything in the South Hills or anything?
No, not yet. No. Grand Terrace, Blue Mountain, La Loma Hills, we've had those, but not here yet. Knock on for Mike.
Thank you.
How is the fuel situation in the vegetation? Is it high this year or low? What
we're experiencing, we've had crews up north for 4 weeks. Actually, they're en route right now. The last crew should be home tonight at 10 o'clock. They've been reporting, fuel fire behavior that they've really never seen. Mm-hmm. A month ago, we were seeing September, October fuel moisture levels, kind of at the very end of summer, beginning of the Santa Ana wind season. So we were seeing those a month ago. So. Mm-hmm. As a result, they're seeing pretty severe fire behavior when we do get starts. So we're trying to eliminate the starts.
Yeah, and these periodic rainfalls don't help with the fuel burden either.
Yes, I mean, if that shapes up, that'll be very welcome. So I wouldn't say our fuel load is any higher. It's just the the moisture content, moisture level in them, it doesn't take much for it to go very easily.
Okay, thank you. Is that it for that?
For
and then,
that one,
and then
yes.
number 7.
Number 7 has little numbers, and I don't understand. Basically, the third page, which is the budget, I guess. I don't understand it. They're insignificant numbers, but I don't understand the whole thing. It's money request for Measure I money is the way it looks.
From what I understand, and I may be worse off than you on this.
And I should have checked with you ahead of time, but I just got here.
From what I understand, this is creating a placeholder for a capital needs analysis. Sandbag requires that for Measure I distribution, and the monies associated with this are minimal amounts to hold that place. They are not committing funds. I think the staff report covers that.
But it says adopting a 5-year capital project needs analysis. And I mean, I can have my questions answered when Jarb gets back. That's fine. I just
That would be the guy
makes
that
sense
can
to
answer
me.
them intelligently.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I hope our capital needs are more than $20.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it seems fairly lean
it's
for a
probably
5-year capital.
it's probably an adjustment. But okay, we'll get more information later. Are there any other questions on the consent calendar, or is there a motion?
I'll move it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Are there any other questions or comments? Okay, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. The ayes have it unanimously. New business number 9, there's a joint meeting, so I will open up the successor agency to join the City Council and talk about approval, ratification of an agreement. Whose item is this?
Well, I'll take it.
Okay, go ahead.
Mayor, Councilman, this is a request to seek approval of an agreement, a resolution and agreement between the successor agency and the city. Basically, it's to seek reimbursement for certain expenses, and particularly for legal expenses associated with the dissolution of the redevelopment agency. And we will be forwarding it to the Oversight Board for approval and inclusion on the ROPS to seek reimbursement for, specifically for the legal expenses we sustained for the lawsuit against the Department of Finance.
The successful lawsuit.
Successful lawsuit.
Yes. This is that time when
Settlement.
we praise our attorneys, but the rest of the year we're going, boy, that whole class of people.
And there were revisions sent out earlier today, and it's just an inclusion of one phrase, and it's throughout each document.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's phrase reads that the defined expenditures are not subject to the limitations set forth in section 34171B. Basically, that will basically include it, so it's not subject to the administrative allocation that we get, which is limited to $125,000 per ROPS period.
And the $157,000 for legal fees, did that have anything to do with the suit, or these are just prior obligations for managing the?
That was specifically all for the suit against the Department of Finance.
Okay. And then I tracked this quite well for legalese until I got to item C. And I'm suspicious we may need our city attorney to help me understand. What was the point of item C on page 2? Because I just got lost and I read it more than once. Here.
Basically, it's item C on the recitals of the agreement.
Yes.
That specifically. And it's just basically, we continue to operate the successor agency. It's administrative staff, and so we do seek reimbursement through the administrative allowance for those services.
Okay.
But when there are items that can be charged outside of that administrative allowance that can be specifically considered recognized obligations outside of that allowance, we try to seek it through these contractual agreements.
Okay,
So
and
we
that
can get
allowance
in
is
addition.
documented someplace in a budget, but not in this document, right?
Not in this document,
Yeah.
yes. That we get separately from any agreement, so we want to see the agreement adopted separately, so it'll be like two different pools of cash.
He's on a different document. In our packet,
I'm on the,
our packet, the second page of that, he's on item C. On the staff report, yeah. Page 2 of the staff report, not on the
I
recital.
thought that's where everybody was.
No, she's on the recitals, which is several pages later.
I'm sorry.
So I believe that just refers to the process where, once the city
Yes.
and the successor agency approve this, it goes to the oversight board for their approval.
Correct.
This same document, or you're talking about the staff,
The
same resolution goes to the, so it hasn't been to the oversight board yet? Okay.
We first have to
Next
get
time, can
successor
Diana write
agency
this so
approval.
then I can read it maybe?
So first, we have to seek successor agency approval, and then we take it to the oversight board,
Okay,
and they approve it, and then we can include it on the ROPS.
okay. I'm usually pretty good at reading legal documents, but I got lost in there, so.
I
Okay,
didn't
is that-
draft
is
this.
that good enough?
Mark did.
That's good enough, that's good enough.
Okay, is there any other information we need to know before we move approval of the bills?
Can we move them at the same time?
We're in joint session, I don't see why not. They're essentially the same thing.
And should I, so then I'll move successor bill R-2015-32 and council bill R-2015-33 for approval.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Are there any other discussions about this? Hearing none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, say no. The ayes have it. It's unanimous. Are there any reports of councilmen? Any reports of officers? Okay, then the city council is adjourned. The successor agency has already considered the joint item. Are there any items to be added or deleted?
No additions or deletions.
Would the public like to comment on any items not agendized on this agenda? No takers. The consent calendar.
Go ahead, Phil.
Okay, any discussion on that? Okay, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it again unanimously. And the successor agency meeting is adjourned. The Housing Authority is open for discussion. We'll dispense with a roll call. Are there any items to be added or deleted?
No additions or deletions?
Would the public like to speak on any items not on this extremely short agenda? No takers. The consent calendar is there for your consideration.
Second.
Okay. Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. I heard 5 ayes. It's unanimous. Are there any member reports? Any reports of officers? Hearing none, we are adjourned. Thank you all for coming. This was another exciting episode in Loma Linda governance. Our next meeting is the 2nd of September, the second Tuesday of September.
Yeah, it'll be September 8th.
Okay, so it's a very brief interval, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today.